Hello everyone. Sorry here. Thank you so much for joining me for Super Sponsor Hop featuring Biddy Penny Crafts. This is a new super sponsor for Kendra Card Challenge 17. And she has a lot of physical products, but also some digital products. Now, if you like gnomes and you like bees, these are absolutely beautiful. I decided to go with these ones just because of the nice size and the different things that are in there. And I'll show you what I have here. But first I want to show you what I print these on. And this is the premium presentation paper mat. I do the double-sided just because if I print it and there's ever a mistake or I end up never using it, then I can reverse it and print it on the other side. I just find that this paper, it doesn't have a gloss. It's nice and matte, and it just creates beautiful results. Now, I did not print out everything. I only printed out a few things. So we have these really fun elements. You can easily fussy cut these out if you wanted to, or make it a square. But the rest of them are much easier. I would say that's the most difficult. But yeah, a lot really cool. And then the second page I printed has a little bit of sentiments here that have a nice contrast of black and yellow and nice little sentiments here. And there's some tags you can cut out and do some layering. And then I decided, instead of doing full page printouts, I really like this. Now, the lines don't seem to match up, but that's okay because I can cut here. But I'm pretty certain this is A2 size panel, or maybe just a smidge smaller. So that is 4 1/4. But it's just a little bit bigger than an A2, at least for that one. Yeah, so they're just a smidge bigger than A2. Not sure how that's possible. Probably one of these is not. But anyways, I really like these and these because I could just cut those out and I now have some panels. Now, I'm not going to create this many cards, but I figured that I can have some panels and then I'll use the rest of the paper for scraps for the sketches. So that is the product that I'm going to be working on. And I'm just going to cut these out first so that I can get that out of the way, and then we'll create some cards. So for the first card, I'm going to be following sketch number 3 here. And I've gone ahead and fussy cut this gnome out riding the bee. Such a cute, adorable image, and I love the size of it. It's going to fill out this card just perfectly. Now, like I said earlier, I did cut out the panels, and so the cheetah polka dotted one, that is 1 A2 size that I've trimmed down to just 4 by 5 1/4, and that's that white part in that sketch there. I'm going to glue it down to just a piece of orangey yellow recollection cardstock. What I'll do is I'll put a piece of cardstock inside it as well, just to make it more stiff, because it's usually 65 pounds, and that's just a little too thin for me. But if you add layers on the front and inside, that kind of makes it so that it becomes a little more sturdy. Okay, so for my matte layers, including this banner, I'm going to be just using some solid black cardstock. This is perfect because it's not going to add any new color, and it just looks phenomenal on these pattern papers here. And so I'm also having that matte on this layer here. Following the sketch very closely. This is a great sketch, so you don't really need to deviate too much from it to make almost any card look pretty nice. And I'm not going to put the matte layer in this one because the pattern paper is already black and I don't want to add more yellow. So I'll just keep it just a nice strip there. That is for paper E, if you're following the cutting guide. And then if the circle that you see on the sketch, that's going to be my bumblebee and the gnome rider, or the bee rider, I should say. I was not going to add any black border to the sentiment, but I think it does look much better this way. I think just having the white right on the yellow was just a little too much. So I decided to just cut it, see what it looks like, and I think that looks much, much better. I'm just going to glue that down, and I will straighten it out. And when you see when I put it down the next time, it's going to look much better when it's actually straightened out on that panel. So instead of being angled, there we go. So now we have this nice diagonal sentiment. It really looks good. It's almost like it kind of matches the flying theme, I think. And it's born to be wild. I would say you're pretty wild if you are able to ride a bumbling bee. So for these elements, because there are layers upon layers, I have added some cardstock on the parts that are hanging off, just so that everything is nice and flush. And there we go. There's my Gnome Bee Rider card. I love it. Now for quickly making another card, this is sketch number 9. This is such an easy sketch to work with. And so for that background, instead of being an embossing folder, I'm just going to use a piece of pattern paper here. This is the honeycomb and the 2 shades of yellow. Such a bold, such a beautiful piece. And that's going to really draw in. And then what I'll do is I will use that bumblebee, or the honeybee, I should say, pattern paper, which is really white. I'm going to use that to kind of neutralize the boldness of the background. Now to do the transition, I really love this black strip. Once you put these on both sides, it really makes this card shine. It's the subtle little things that make me happy. And see what I mean? Just look at that. That's just really beautiful in my eye. I just love it. The contrast and the bright colors. Okay, so while I continue working on this card, I will tell you more about Kendra Card Challenge in case you're not familiar. It is a card challenge where you take 6 6x6 pieces of pattern paper and you follow the cutting guides to make 15 cards with little to no scraps left over. Once you've done this, you then submit it to the InLinkz party, I believe it's called, and that will enter you into prizes or chances to win prizes at the end of the challenge. We are almost near the end of February, so you have a few more days to finish this month's 15 cards, and then in March you can make another 15 cards for more chances to win. This is all funded by super sponsors such as Biddy Penny and Kendra herself. And if you would like to support this, there is a Patreon that you can sign up for that can help this cause and make it so that it's available for everyone. You can download the guide. Just go to kendracardchallenge.com and it will take you, there's a link there that'll take you to the Patreon. All you need to do is just create a free account to get the PDF, and then you can either print it off or look on your computer and just follow the cutting guides. There are lots of videos out there that show you how to cut and talk about the challenge, so definitely check it out. And don't forget to go to the Facebook group and join that if you're not there. So that's that. There's my second card. I hope you enjoyed this. This is also a hop, so there are a few other design team members who are going to be sharing some cards using Biddy Penny products, and that will be in the playlist that is in the description box below. The final thing I would like to say is that there is a chance to win a membership to Patreon with Kendra Card Challenge. I believe it's for a month. You just need to fill in the spread. There's a link in the description to a form, and just fill it out for a chance to win. So I do hope that you enjoyed these 2 cards that I created, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you all later. Take care. Bye.